Do you wear clothes? Do you like to watch YouTube videos? Do you live with a constant fear of never-ending hopelessness, ignoring the void in your heart that comes from the pointlessness of life? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then check out the official MS Tech apparel. We've got a long sleeve t-shirt, a short sleeve t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a mug, and even stickers if that's your thing. Link down below, go check it out, and if you pick anything up, shoot me a tweet with you wearing it. Welcome back, everybody. Today we are after one very, very important question. What is a pancake printer? So I was searching on Amazon, just finding random products, as I always do, looking for weird stuff I could show to you guys that you would find interesting, and I came across this, a pancake printer, and of course I ordered it right away, but basically it kind of works just like a 3D printer. It's got like the two axes that it moves on, and it'll just print your pancake mix onto the hot griddle, and then it will cook pancakes. You can do different shades and stuff, and I was like, this looks awesome. I need to check it out and see how functional this actually is. So out of the box, there is some assembly required. A lot of these pieces come separate, like this comes separate, this comes separate, this red like frame comes separate, the griddle comes separate in boxes, and you just have to put everything together. Putting it together isn't too much of a burden. I would say it took me like 10, maybe 15 minutes to get it all ready to go, and then it connects via two plugs. There's a separate plug for the griddle and then a plug for the actual printer unit itself. They're completely separate. The griddle just happens to fit right in there. Real quick overview of what we have going on with the frame and parts of this. We have the main red frame all around the base, and that's what it allows it to go this way. And then we have this red frame on top of here that attaches, that allows it to go this way. And here we have the kind of container that you put your pancake batter in, and then there's a tube coming out of that, and that's the tube that they use to like put pressure on the batter and actually disperse it. And then other than that, we have like a control panel over here and a pressure dial, so you can control how much pressure is being put in there, because of course with pancake batter there's a lot of different like consistencies it could have, so you kind of need to fine tune it and just mess around with it a few times. So that brings us to design and software, and this is where most of the fun is and probably most of the trouble. So when you download the software, the first thing you'll notice is it looks like it's from out of 2005. It's a very simple software with just a few buttons. And when you want to start creating your design, you could just go and do it freehand, or you could import a picture. Unfortunately, if you import a picture, even with a transparent background or anything, it's not just going to work. It's only there to trace, and then once the picture is in there, you can trace on top of it with their tools for drawing. So it's not that great in that manner, and you can see a time lapse going on right now. You really just have to do it by hand. You can do some straight lines by clicking, and the different colors of batter there, that works by just, they do the darker colors first, and then that just has more time to cook on the griddle, so it ends up being darker, so that's where the separation comes from. And there's just a lot of problems with the software in general. It's very simple software. If you make like a box and click the fill, it doesn't actually fill it entirely for some reason. You have to like fill in the gaps yourself, and if you don't, then the machine is gonna have some trouble with that. So there's that aspect as well. But once you just use it a few times and you just kind of correct it, you go print one and then you're like, oh, we need to change that. Eventually you get it down to something that's probably somewhat usable. So we're gonna go ahead and print some designs here, have a time lapse set up, and honestly just see how well it works. So the first step in the pancake printing process, pancake printing process, trademark, MS Media LLC, is to fill the tube with pancake batter. So let's do that. Get over. We're gonna do it over the sink so we don't spill. Alright, so we had a perfect fill. We're gonna go ahead and put it back in, connect the hose back on. The hose needs to be connected to the machine and here. Just FYI. Now we can start turning things on. So I'm going to turn the griddle on to medium. It's separate from the control panel. There's just a little knob over here. So we'll turn that on to low actually, because these prints are like, what would you say, like 5 minutes they take to print. So we're going to time lapse it, because obviously you're not just going to watch pancake print for 5 minutes, but we will. So now that the griddle is on, we can turn the actual unit on. We're gonna let it heat up.
Let it heat up for a while, and put her.
Yeah, you can actually stop recording for right now. Let's give it 30 seconds to heat up. Alright, it's probably ready.
Still needs to heat. No, it's not ready. You can put your hand over and feel.
Feels
put it
pretty
on
hot.
high. Put it on high.
It's ready. It's ready. Alright, so obviously the griddle is now hot. There's one more thing to do before we actually start the print. So we're gonna put the pressure at a solid 5.5. We really just had to mess around with the pressure knob. It doesn't say to put it on anything, and there's a range from 0 to 10. So it's confusing what you're supposed to do, but it all depends on like how thick the batter is, if it's chunky, like stuff like that. And that will be a problem while it's printing. If it reaches like a thick spot, it's gonna have a different output than when it's like a thin part of the batter. So there's a lot of variables that go into it. So what we need to do right now is go ahead and take the rubber stopper off and put it on a lower notch in there. So we're looking good there, and then we go over here, we click play, and we choose the design we want to print. The first one we are printing is the MS Tech logo with like a box around it. So a pretty simple one, but it does have a few different parts. Alright, so the first pancake is printed. As you can see at the beginning, it printed really thick because the pressure was high and the thing was full, so it just kept printing out. This is what the MS Tech logo should look like. It's on screen now. And now we can flip it around and see what it does look like. I don't like that. Aww. Aww. So that's the MS Tech logo. Be honest, doesn't look like the MS Tech logo. So the problem was the pressure, as well as I think we let the outsides cook a little too long, but then again they were just thinner so they could cook quicker. So that was hard to do. Next we're going to move on to a smiley face. Alright, so the smiley face also sucks. It, similar thing, came out really thick at first. I guess, I don't know, the smiley face was pretty clear cut. The eyes were supposed to be really small and they ended up being huge. And then the smile was just like inside of the eyes, so it wasn't separate or anything. Alright, so conclusion time. I wanted this product to work so badly. I wanted to be able to print cool designs, just throw a picture in there and have it go off and make an awesome 3D printed pancake. But the truth of the matter is that this is just a lesson on misleading Amazon products. Yes, it technically prints pancakes for you, but these sucked! I could have done these with my bare hand in a tube, just like going all in there and squeezing what I wanted. I could do it better than this thing did. If you really want to buy one, my affiliate link will be down below. Go knock yourself out. But I will be doing my best to return it, if I even can return this type of product, because truth be told, this thing sucks. Thank you for watching, subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay classy.